fact that you can just stand in the middle and everything aggroes to you now.
The
It'll be
fact
so
that you can
good.
do that on more than just Gunlancer now. The fact that my Glaivier can actually use abilities in Chaos Dungeon now instead of getting poked to death by those freaking Gunlancers from South Bend.
Oh, fuck those guys.
The fact
Fuck
that I don't
those.
have to press spacebar repeatedly while those freaking red rectangles from that bitch with the scythe that does the 4 freaking... The fact that I don't have to sit there and get frozen for 15 seconds and watch my HP bar get deleted because some spider bitch threw an ice ball at me.
Oh, yeah, I know the one.
The fact that I don't have to have like my screen like pitch black because some dragon farted and now all of a sudden I can't see.
Yeah, there's some nice changes coming. Hello and welcome back to surprisingly, another episode of Elite First Ask Questions Later. I'm Initiativ. I'm joined here with with Jamaican once again. Yep.
I'm just saying, like, is this a re-angle or we just roll with it?
Just roll with it.
Can you imagine we get up to like 50? And it's just like, surprisingly, 50.
I think it's going to be surprisingly on every episode. The fact that we've gotten this far. So how have you been the last 2 weeks?
I mean, meh.
Oh, cool.
Could have been better. Could have been better. Let's be honest.
I mean, fair enough.
I went for a job interview on Thursday.
Okay. How do you for what kind of job?
I was like a marketing sales kind of consultant, whatever. Not consultant, but like a salesperson kind of thing.
Okay.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
But no, it was trippy because I put the application in on Wednesday. Well, no, on the Tuesday night. They rang me up on Wednesday and then asked me if I could come in on the Thursday. I'm just like,
Okay.
So it was surprisingly fast, which kind of caught me off guard. But
Doesn't normally happen. Huh. I mean, like that being that quick.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was weird because I was in VC with some of the boys and we were like doing raids.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's just like this phone call, and I'm in the middle of a triangle, just sitting there with like one hand trying to like do like the purple, teal, whatever colored gate 1 mechanic where you run around and shit.
Oh,
And then I'm like on the phone,
yeah.
muted in this corner, trying to talk to this guy, organizing something.
Oh, oh shit.
It was stressful. I'm not gonna lie.
I bet it was. Damn.
But yeah, I mean that was my main excitement for the last couple of weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you get up to anything exciting? Or?
No, I've just been playing the Baldur's Gate and actually working on that actual D&D campaign. That's what I've been doing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you've been going hard
really
on
exciting.
Baldur's Gate, man. I wasn't there for like the first 3 days, so I missed out on the main plot.
I mean, you didn't really miss much. It's like as long as you've been paying attention the last few days, you'll pretty much
I mean, I
caught
know
up
you were
to it.
complaining about the dice rolls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I swear those dice are cursed, or they're just out to get me in particular.
I just
The
do
amount of
remember
times I've rolled.
I just remember doing dailies, and I just have your stream running on the background, and I just hear like, oh look, it's only this. Surely I can't fail this, and then I hear like a it's kind of like the honing fail noise, kind of similar.
Yeah, it is
And
very
I
similar.
look over the chat and I see Y with the lol emote. I can
Yep.
feel like
Yeah.
he's seething with rage and silently.
I swear the dice are cursed. They have to be weighted against you. And
Do you reckon
I
they're weighted
failed.
in certain situations, or just?
It feels like it, but it's probably not. I mean, RNG is going to be RNG, and it's
Yeah,
gonna.
but is it? Do you reckon it's like 20% to be a 20, 20% to be a 1, and then like the other 80% is just somewhere in between like 10 and 14?
I mean, yeah, it could maybe.
Does it feel like that though?
I mean, if I mean, this is just my personal experience. The amount of times I've rolled between a 2 and a 5 has to be 75% of the time. It's
Are you rolling
ridiculous.
d20s or you're rolling d6s?
D20s for like it's D20s to like attack. So it it's I swear it's the amount of times I've rolled between 2 and 5 has to be a fucking statistical anomaly with how fucking many I've rolled.
I mean, did you see the
Oh,
stats that they posted the other day?
yeah, I saw some of those.
Like just under 400 people beat the game on the weekend.
That that is actually surprising, considering this is meant to be like 100+ hour game. Like it's like just to beat the Act One, they had to have speed ran it because
Yeah,
just
they
for me,
obviously weren't
Act
doing
One.
like the side quests and all that stuff. They were doing like a sky like kind of like a Skyrim speed run kind of thing, like finish the main story.
Maybe, but even then, they must not have been playing on the hardest, like on Tactician. Like
I mean, it's doing well.
they must have.
So,
Yeah, they
but
had to have been doing it on story mode. Like, so they're like the. Although, okay, I will say this that balancing D&D for video games on like easy, normal, and hard difficulties is not an easy thing to do. Because just adding raw numbers to like enemies' rolls is not a good way to balance a
no,
game.
it's never a good way to balance any game, let alone like a D&D
Especially
game.
one, yeah, especially like one that's based off D&D.
Yeah,
Adding
do you
just a
remember when you
plus
played
two to a
Tales of
goblins attack.
Arise? Their balancing was just like, oh look, it's on hard mode now. The bosses just or the enemies have just 5 times the amount of health.
Yeah, yep. And it's like the entire first act is full of goblins, right? And like all goblins, well, most of them have this ability called was it Fury of the Small? It's like if they're damaging anything that's at least one size class above them, they get an extra d6 of damage. And every fucking character like player character is a like medium sized, but they're
Wait,
all small.
you can't play as dwarf.
You can play as dwarf, you can play as gnome, play as halfling, but none of the um
Oh, none of
like the
the
companions you
generated
get.
characters. Yeah,
Yeah, like even my character, like my custom character, was a halfling,
your
so I
character
was
looks
not
like your
as.
freaking Harry Potter character went straight into freaking D&D after he graduated from Hogwarts.
That is entirely true. That is not wrong at all.
Like he has
Holy
like
shit!
two
Yeah,
weeks of stubble growth, and that's it. Like nothing else is different.
yeah. And then it's just like okay, so also another thing, it's like back to the because tactician just adds a +2 to all the enemies,
So wait,
like for all their attack rolls.
what's the difficulty modes?
Um, there's story, normal, and then tactician.
Is
On
there isn't like
tactician,
a extreme, or is tactician the extreme one?
tactician is like hard essentially. So it's the hardest one they've got at the moment. I don't know if they'll add another one later. But what
Probably will.
tactician does is that it adds a +2 to every attack roll all enemies make. So if like say if you've gotten so basically it's like if they've got their strength bonus of 1 and then they've got like proficiency of 2, then there's an extra bonus 2 that's on every single attack they make. It's not to damage, thank God, but it's just
Could you
to their
imagine?
attack roll.
+2 to damage, minimum damage, so you're always taking damage.
Holy. Yeah. Oh, there's also like they've also balanced things weirdly. Like they've made shove a bonus action, which is weird to me. They've
I
made a
mean
lot of they've made a
that
lot of
doesn't make
things.
any difference because I don't know what the like how they interact. Because obviously I'm a noob at this shit. So
Not like if someone didn't know D&D going into it, that they would. It's because I have a previous knowledge of like
yeah,
I like a bit of knowledge towards D&D. I see things and I'm like, that's not right.
is it kind of
It's
like
like
in Monster Hunter where like whetstones and stuff are free, whereas if you've been playing it for a long time, you remember the times where whetstones weren't free. But for someone like you who never played it when you actually had had to bring whetstones into your
Yeah,
inventory with
kind
you.
of,
It feels like
kind of thing.
such
Yeah,
a good change. Like
yeah.
I guess it doesn't feel like it. Is it a good change, or is it just
Uh, yes and no, because it's like I don't. It's like I see an enemy run towards me. They get their two attacks off, and then they do a shove. And it's just like, oh, I've got to remember that I can do not that I can do that as well, but it's more so that because normally shove is an action, and it would replace their attacks. So the fact that they can do damage and then push me off a cliff, like it's either you would either do damage
like
or you'd
push you
push
off a
me off a cliff.
cliff, like instantly kill you by pushing you off a cliff, or like
Depends on the height, which which has has happened many a time. It's especially when there's repulsor mines and you walk onto them and you just see all four of your party just fly in separate directions off to separate chasms, and everyone dies. That's always a fun time. Yeah, that is this game.
like
It's
overall,
a thing.
what's your experience with it? It's been mostly positive, right?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Like I've got all these like I'll complain about it, but I'm absolutely having a great time with it.
But it's like it's not like complaining because it's shit. It's like complaining because it's like it was like a challenge, you know, like a you know when Dark Souls players talk about certain bosses that they hate, even though it's
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, like I mean, there's a lot of bugs in the game at the moment. Like especially with half elves and elves, because they can't be put. They even have it in the game by ancestry. That means you can't be put to sleep magically, but they're being put to sleep magically in certain encounters.
isn't wasn't
So
there a bug
there's bugs.
where like certain dick models were clipping through clothes or something?
Yeah, yeah. That
It's like
that was in the
penis
like in hot
D and
fixes.
penis G or something.
Yeah, penises C and D for the Gith Yankee are no longer clipping through clothing.
Crazy dude.
That was a funny hot
They
fix.
hired a new costume designer. Props to them.
Pretty much. But yeah, like there is a decent amount of bugs in the game at the moment. Nothing
I
game
mean, could you
breaking so
think
far,
about
I
it
would
if it
say.
released like as it released when it first went into beta though?
I mean, it would have just been Act One, but
But it
yeah,
would have been way
like
more like buggy as well, right?
oh yeah, definitely. Like, but
It's
then
like how
again, for
much of
how
a head
big the
start
game
have
is,
they had to work on it?
it was in early access for I want to say two, maybe a year and a half. I want to say, but the game is so massive. Like,
So like if you compare to how polished it is compared to like say when Skyrim came. Are we talking like Skyrim level bugs or are we talking
no, we're not talking like star level bugs. We're talking more like bugs that are
like
just
just like little
annoying.
minor things? No, not like you get
Just
hit by
minor
a
things.
giant and get launched into space like Elon. Like
Although that was not a bug, that was a feature. That was too good to be a bug. Um, that should have stayed in the game. That shouldn't have been fixed.
I mean there's mods that keep
Um,
that in the game, so
that would not surprise me.
no, but like you know what I mean. There's Skyrim level, like Oblivion level bugs, but then there's like just
It's
like
like they're
because of the scope
small,
of the
but they're
game.
noticeable when they're small, but they're noticeable when you notice them.
Yeah, because like if you have a game like that with like that much scope, obviously there's gonna be something they're gonna miss.
Yeah, I mean, it's game's already been out of not even a week yet, and they've already put out three hot fixes that fix quite a large amount of things. So yeah, and another thing I thought was funny is that like, what was it like 30% of all players? I think it's 30 chose Paladin as their starting class.
Why's that?
I don't know. I thought that was funny, and that cleric was the least picked as a player class. Um,
Please don't tell me Barbarian was like down bottom. Please don't tell me.
no, barbarian's like middle of the pack.
As long
Is
as they're not on the bottom of the list.
like pretty much dead middle.
Because like if I were to play it, which I don't think I will, unless you wanted to do like a co-op run or something like that. But if I were to play Baldur's Gate, it would be literally like I would play a meat shield. I would have the demon meat shield. I would have another meat shield and another meat shield. It would just be a party of meat shield.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, basically a
Like,
tribe of barbarians just roaming around like gypsies, trying to kill everything. That's what we would do.
oh, there is also one thing I want to complain about, but this is just purely maybe a me thing. But I know some people are complaining about it. Let me roll my stats at the start of the game. Let me roll them. Don't make me do point buy. Just let me roll my stats. That's all I'm asking.
Wait, so what do you mean?
Um, Character creation is it's point buy where you can lower point it like in like D&D Beyond where we rolled our stats and we use those.
Yeah.
Like with this, it's
Like
like you
Divinity.
have
Like Divinity, you could roll your stats.
yeah. But in this, like I'm surprised they went this route. I'm surprised they went with point buy. Is because you have a certain amount of points you have, and you got to like say like all stat a minimum of the stat is 8. I think that's the way they've done it. But then you've got like 20 or 25 points to play with, and you can put them in and like subtract them from the ones you don't want. But
Also, it's kind of like how Oblivion back in the day.
yeah, pretty much. That's essentially a point buy system. But I'm not a big fan of that in like Dungeons and Dragons settings. I like actually like
But it's like
rolling
if
my
you roll it,
stats.
you can't just like you can cheese it. Right?
You can you can definitely make yourself extremely powerful with the rolling. But I mean that's but I've just never liked point buy even on like Pathfinder
It feels
or in
nicer when you
Divinity.
just roll the stats. Because like they used to do that for. Did you ever do the choose your own adventure books? The
No,
ones.
I didn't.
So there was like choose your own adventure books, and each one had like numbers over each paragraph, and then you can make choices by going to different numbered paragraphs. So like if you
Oh
turn
yeah, yeah,
yeah, if you turn left, you go to like page. You go to like you know page
yeah,
something number 250. If you turn right, you go to page 100 and something like that.
yeah.
Like you would roll your character sheet and you would roll dice based on your like what your constitution was, what your damage like what your armor was and whatever like you rolled all of that at the start of each adventure, so you could have like a run that was scuffed from the beginning because you just roll a one, like just roll two ones.
Oh
You have like
yeah,
10 health, and you just get one shot by a freaking goblin at the start.
yeah, yeah. Like I have issues with on point buy. I just prefer rolling stats.
I mean, it's definitely more fun
Yeah.
if you roll a stat, but it might just be like because they might be appealing to like more casual players as well to make it easier. So.
Yeah, I mean, they could even have the option, like not one or the other. Like they could have the both of them in there and just pick which one you want.
Yeah, good. I mean, they
I
might
mean,
add more
if
customizable options later on based on how well the game's doing. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, that would. I mean, at the very least, I'm hoping someone makes a mod for it.
Are they
Or
okaying mods or?
yeah, oh yeah, they support
Okay, this game's gonna be around for a while, boys.
mods. Yeah, there's already a few mods on Nexus. So there's a
Yeah, any game that
there's
comes
no
out and they just give the okay for mods off the rip lasts forever. Like XCOM did the same thing. Do you know how long it took for XCOM to freaking die down?
yeah, like there's no dedicated mod tools, but the engine's accessible
No,
enough
but they're
where
not
you
like,
can
oh,
just
don't mod the game. We don't like it. They're
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Like, we don't want DPS meters in our freaking D&D game. Like,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I'm just disappointed that your party comp doesn't have a dedicated. I'm used to like watching Solasta and stuff like that, where you have
Uh,
a
yeah.
dedicated meat shield that I can live vicariously through. You know?
I mean, it's just that like the current team comp I'm running. Okay, so I'm running me as the paladin. Then I've got Shadowheart as the cleric. Then I've got Gale as the wizard. And I normally run Will as the warlock,
But
but
he
Will
doesn't
is
do anything.
he always misses, and he Will's on thin ice at the moment. But
Wait, isn't Warlock the meme don class where they just die from everything?
No, that's Wizard. That's
Oh, it's
Gale.
Wizard.
Gale does die to everything. Oh, he
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
dies a lot. Oh, he fucking dies a lot. That little shit.
Wait, so if you die,
Uh,
it doesn't reset completely, or
no,
like you just load from the
because there's
last save, or
uh, if it's a party wipe, then yes, it reloads from the last save. As long as there's one person left that can revive. There's also an NPC in your camp that lets you revive people. But if you're out of scrolls of like
wait, so
res
you have to
scrolls,
do you have to carry people out of?
no. What happens when someone like if someone dies and their body's no longer there? There's like a soul orb that's floating that you can use as like a catalyst to revive them.
Oh, because
But
I remember in XCOM, if you had like a down teammate, you had to actually like they made it so you had to like pick him up and take him back with you on the evac chopper, and if you don't like rescue them and just leave them, they just die.
if their body is lost in a chasm, you can just go back to camp or res them yourself if you've got the scroll or the ability.
Just leave them in the chasm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gale deserves being left in the chasm sometimes.
Freaking MacGyver, magic MacGyver.
Although they do have the ability to respec your character, which I think is, I mean,
Like
it's
while you're playing.
cool. Yeah, like there's Withers. He's the one that can resurrect party members, and he allows you to essentially he's a lich, so and he joins your camp early in the game, so he allows you to, as I said, res people and also respec your character, and also hire mercenaries. Like if you wanted to a complete custom party and not use the
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
like the preset characters,
So
he
is it like
allows you
the
to do
hiring
that.
like the mercenaries like in XCOM, you can like rename them and customize them and
Yeah,
all that?
yeah.
Or
I think so. Yeah, yeah. So
because
if
I
you
know
wanted
some friends are
a
doing like a full on like everybody in the part because like I don't know what the party size is. Is it 4 or 6?
it's four. It's four.
Yeah, I think they're doing like all 4 of them in one party. So like I guess that's like the fully custom run.
Uh, it could be, but you can also like hand. Okay, so the co-op system's actually really good because it's just drop in, drop out, and you just assign people characters
So you can
when
play
they
as
join.
like other characters, or you can join on your own.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd
It's
be kind of
really
cool.
good multiplayer.
Yeah, and obviously it's the latency isn't really too much of an issue. You're not going to be rub banding it, and because it's turn based, you're fine. Like so there's no.
Yeah, yeah. From what I've seen, it works pretty well, and I don't think latency would be too much of an issue. Like no matter how far away you were, because it's not like a fucking Twitch shooter that requires like intense reflexes.
Yeah,
It,
that'd be cool. Just to do that.
yeah,
But we already have like D&D. So
yeah, we do, but which we didn't do last weekend. Sadly, because Ghosty had a prior engagement, but everyone should be available this coming weekend.
yep.
Though. So yeah, hopefully everyone's available. Because I would very much like to do another session because I have made things.
I know one of us is panicking about spiders. Not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, poor quiet night.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
like a
like
little incident with the shower head, and we called a plumber in to
okay.
inspect it, and we're trying to work out where the water tap was to turn the water off, so we could do all the showery things. And there's a
Yeah.
water meter box out the front of the house with like a lid on it, and they were looking for it, and she opens it up, and there's a freaking big fat redback spider just like in the middle
Oh,
of the box,
oh
and
no.
we both are just like. And the plumber dude is just like the plumber dude. I was like, oh, there's the meter, but there's no switch, and he's just like, oh, and then I'm just like, you sure you don't want to get the bug spray real quick? It's like, no, she'll be fine, and he just swats the red back off with his hand and reads the meter, And and then it's like, oh, the Switch isn't here. I wonder where it is. And then he just wanders off to go look for it to see if it was like at the front or like And I'm
Uh,
just sitting there going like, and she's like sort of semi paralyzed, and so I walk into the kitchen to get the bug spray to spray it down, and I emptied about half the can into it, and then she kind of just like threw the lid on there, and we hope for the best.
oh god.
So it's gonna be interesting seeing what an entire mine of teleporting spiders is gonna be like.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting.
But how far do you think you've got into Baldur's Gate?
I know I've only just finished Act 1, and there's 3 acts.
Really, not six?
Yeah, there's only 3. But
Are they gonna plan on releasing extra story stuff later or not?
uh, they have said that it's not impossible, but it's difficult to because they have to get licensing from uh Wizard of the Coast to do that.
Or are they
So
just
I
gonna
mean,
make like Baldur's Gate 4 instead?
maybe, but then again, I mean, for how well it's sold, and how popular it is, just being number 2 on Steam charts for like the past week. Uh,
Is it? I thought it
they've
was six.
definitely
I
sold
thought
a
it was
lot.
number six.
Was it? They were second for a few days.
I thought they
Yeah,
were number six of all time though.
that I don't know, but they are currently second with 723,000 people.
Oh, it's gone back up again. I mean, I guess that makes sense because people would play on the weekends.
Yeah, almost a million people playing a
It's freaking
Baldur's
nuts.
Gate
Like
game.
I'm glad. I'm always happy when a game comes out and it's good and it's actually like received well because I'm tired of like, absolute trash games coming out, like overhyped pieces of trash. Like, do
Yeah,
you remember
yeah.
Cyberpunk?
I mean, apparently Cyberpunk's good now.
Cyberpunk's
It's,
good now, but like, if imagine if they did the same thing that Baldur's Gate did.
yeah, yeah.
Like, that would be
Probably
game of the
Cyberpunk's
year.
good on
It's
that.
got Keanu Reeves in it. It's got boobs. It's got like, okay, that's it. Like, it's done. It's like Cyberpunk. Like,
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
did you end up Did you
Cyberpunk.
end up ever getting it?
Getting what?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I got it. I nearly finished it. I
I
I
don't
put
remember.
quite a few.
You didn't stream it, did you?
I streamed a little bit of it, but that was also back when I didn't have like my current computer, so it wasn't the best
Oh
experience.
right, yeah. Because that was when you were still waiting for your GPU.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I put 75 hours into something. I'm waiting for the DLC to come out in, I want to say, October.
But you're waiting for so many DLCs. But you're waiting for the Elden Ring DLC. You're waiting for the.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm waiting for. A lot of things.
I mean, at least you got like you got something to fill that Persona void. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essential. Essentially, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. Like doing dailies while watching you like in on stream, priceless.
Oh. Uh,
Like every
yeah.
time, surely nothing will go wrong here. I was like, oh boys, let's get some popcorn.
Every-
Let's get some popcorn, boys.
everything, everything proceeds to go wrong. Everything proceeds to roll low, and the combat takes like 4 rounds more than it should have. Oh, it's a thing.
Always a good time. But at least I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
worst
yeah.
feeling is
Been
when
real.
you're like looking forward to something and it's either doo doo or like meh or like I think it's worse when it's meh than when it's absolute garbage. So like if it's absolute garbage, then you know for a fact that either you don't have to touch it ever again, or they fix it within a week because everyone's going to complain. But if it's just meh, like he kind of just fizzles out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I didn't make it to Wave 2 of Stormgate. I'm actually upset.
Oh, did you know? Oh well,
I'm
there's
actually
always the
upset.
next wave. Have they said when the open beta is going to be or whatever it is?
Then they're doing one every month. So I'm like, I have to wait till like that September sort of thing. That's
Ah,
September sort of wave. But I don't think I can. I don't think I'll be able to stream it anyway. So there's I'm pretty sure there's like an NDA or something like that at some point until it
they,
becomes like until it comes out of closed beta and becomes like full open beta.
okay.
So,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an NDA.
but I don't know if they're like trying to milk this bad boy or if they're really focusing on trying to make it good. Like I'm hoping an option too, but you never know.
It's also true. You never know what this. Never know what this.
So, all right. Have you played Diablo at all?
I have not played it since for a few weeks.
Because I watched a good chunk of the PoE stuff, and the
Yeah,
fact that they have the Lost Ark spacebar in there, it's tempting,
yeah,
boys. It's tempting. I've been enjoying PoE. PoE one's not gonna die. They're gonna stagger the seasons so that like it's constant content, so you can hop between one and two.
yeah.
Like everything you get in PoE one will be transferable to PoE two and vice versa, as long as it's within context.
Yeah, so that means I get to keep all my stash tabs so what
So
what's
like
going
that's
to be
crazy.
first.
I have someone that can like play it with me, so I'm not gonna do it solo. I mean, it's not gonna be out till what next year though, but still,
That's just the closed beta. It's the middle of next year.
yeah. And so
There's no
what
guarantee
did
it'll even
Diablo
be
do
out
to
till 2020.
counteract that? Did they just add some mobs and call it a day, or
They buffed some classes, but then again, if you think about it, Diablo has what minimum 4 seasons to get good before PoE 2 comes out.
I think they have two, maybe one.
I mean, for popularity's sake, yeah, but just in general,
No,
they have
I'm
like
talking just
four.
in general. I think if they don't get it within the next two, I think it's just gonna die, like D3.
No, I mean D3 would still have like wouldn't say large, but there was a player base for it.
I think if they don't get it done within the next two seasons, I think they're gonna be fighting with for New World with player base. I'm gonna be honest.
Uh, I don't know if it'd be that low, just because of Diablo, but probably what is New World's player base at the moment? Is
Probably
it
like
even on?
half
Is
or
it
a
even
third of
in?
Lost Ark.
Is it even in top 100 still?
Don't think I think it left a long time ago.
No, yeah, it's still it's 80. It's at 82, 14,000.
They're working on it. And it's kind of weird because I've seen them doing updates and stuff like that, but it just doesn't make me want to reinstall the game.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Like the only way I'd probably play New World again is if they made greatswords so disgustingly broken that it's the only weapon worth using, or if they made it so that being a bard was an actual class and you could weaponize your like musical notes and shit.
Fair enough.
Because that was the most enjoyable part of that game was playing freaking budget Guitar Hero on like 250 ping and trying to get perfect on everything.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, it was fun.
It's definitely fun, like just screwing around, exploring and stuff like that. But after a while, it's kind of like
Yeah,
I think they nailed the exploration part, but like the reason why it doesn't hook that many people is the end goals, like the objectives for that game, is not very like compared to like RuneScape, it's not very like prestigious. You know what I mean?
yeah, and there's not much of an end game either, from what I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're trying to address that and stuff like that, but I just think like the retention window is just so small nowadays. Like if you don't get it done within, you know, 3 to 4 months, it's pretty rough on the comeback unless you come back with something insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not many games can pull a No Man's Sky.
Well, I think every game like looks at No Man's Sky and thinks that they can do it, but then they half-ass it and then they don't do it.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Like, well, if No Man's Sky can do it, surely we can do it. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, but No Man's Sky made every DLC free. It's just like, yeah, but we can make every second DLC free. Because how are we going to pay for making the game better? But No Man's Sky was, they were pioneers. We got to improve on that process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the game dies, and then they
Yeah.
blame the player base. You know, like,
Yep. Oh God. Poor New World.
but can you
Sorry to say it,
imagine?
poor New
Can
World.
you imagine next year, freaking what is it called? The Summer Games Fest or whatever. No Man's Sky 2. Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
That would be interesting.
Could you
No, I don't think
imagine?
they could do that.
They go in there. Yes, it has multiplayer, and then that's it. They don't say anything else, and everyone loses their mind.
It launches with multiplayer. uh,
There's no content. We just added multiplayer. Go make your own content.
Shit. But, I don't. I mean, yeah, it, no Man's No Man's Sky's an anomaly.
Yeah, because there's anomalies and everything. I get it.
Yeah, I know.
I get it. Trying to
Yep.
pull a fast one on
Oh,
me. You think I wouldn't notice, huh? You think I wouldn't notice? I get it.
yep. Yeah. But yeah, like what else have we got? There's I I want to like with a Khan coming up. Back to the typical Lost Ark section of the podcast. Do you feel like, or the group you've got, do you feel like everyone's going to be ready for it?
What do
I
you mean?
mean,
What
I'm
group?
not.
What group that I got? I don't have a group. I got
I thought you had a group. I thought you
no,
were.
no. They're still looking for support, man. I don't have
I
enough
mean,
support.
hey,
Like they're all like DPS handies, and the two support players are locked into group one.
oh,
Like that's why they were trying to get me to get my pally to 1580, so they could make a group two. And I'm just like, after pitting weapon 3 times in a row, guys, I don't think it's happening. Like,
I mean, if you want to fund me, I'll get my Paladin there, but that's going to take a lot of gold.
I mean, that's the only thing I need right now is gold. So
That's all. That's what I need. But I.
yeah, like you'd think if you've been farming clown, 20 plus times a week since Hard Mode Brawl released, you'd get at least one Estarok to fund the cause. But
Uh, that was your first mistake.
like I've become so desensitized to it now. I don't even check anymore. Like I finish a clown, it's like yay, and then we leave, and then like after we leave, I realize, oh look, Cackle Sadon card, or something. I don't even look at my drops anymore. It turned into like when you used to get excited about drops in Chaos Dungeon.
Oh,
Like if I
yeah.
see an accessory that's 100 quality or like 90 plus quality, and it's got like 2 engraving markers on it, I don't even care because I know it's gonna be shit.
It'll be Hitmaster Ambush Master.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, oh,
It's like Hitmaster 5, Master Brawler 3 expertise. And it's just like, dude, I can't even use this on the freaking expertise destroyer.
yep. Yeah, I know that feeling.
But yeah, no, but they're gonna be improving that next week, so which it's actually blows my mind how how fast
Yeah,
Mr. Zoomin Park is getting that stuff down, or if he's not responsible for it and he's just like taking the credit for it. But you know, They had that
Yeah.
video like ages ago where they read that letter about him promising that we would get fast track to catch up to Korea this year faster than the first year of Lost Ark, and so far, the raid content is a little bit slower, except for maybe Belshazzar. I think we didn't have Belshazzar for as long, but like the pacing between Akan and Voldyke
I, I
seems
mean,
about the same.
I'm fine with the raids being spaced out, but like all the quality of life in classes should
Dude, the
be
quality of life is
possible.
insane.
Oh yeah, there's some nice quality of life
Dude, the
moments.
cards, the 5.5 hours for cards from the Wandering Merchants, and you don't have to use the wiki to check where they are anymore. I don't have to get pinged in Discord 50 times when a legendary card pack shows up. Like, do you know how
Yep.
good that feels, boys?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice just logging in, checking your maps to see which wandering
I'm
merchants are
happy
up.
for the boys in like Bergstrom and Shandy and all those other like where they don't have as
Yeah.
many people checking for cards and stuff because they can just check it themselves.
Was it this patch has the jump start, or was it next
Ah,
next
no,
patch?
September is going to be the jumpstart. So
Okay.
basically,
Mm.
the roadmap starts in September because that's part two of the roadmap finishes with Akan and Aeromancer, right? But
Yeah,
they
arrow
touched
like one monkey,
yeah
one guardian
they
raids
touched
now.
up on the end of the roadmap by giving us the Chaos dungeon changes, the Guardian raids, and the Wandering Merchant changes, and the balance patch and stuff like that. So we're getting a balance patch as
Yeah.
well. So get ready to gatekeep them.
Helicopter.
Get ready to
Helicopter.
gatekeep them Pinnacle Glaviers, boys.
Well, they pinnacle got nerfed by 5%.
It's still like the most broken class in the game right now.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. It still has one of the best synergies.
yeah, so well, they changed the synergy. So
Did they? It's still not the damage increase on crit.
no, no, it's a crit. It's not a crit rate. They changed in the balance patch. They changed it to from crit rate uh synergy to a crit damage synergy. Yeah, it's the only crit damage synergy in the game, right?
Is it crit damage or damage on crit? Because
It's damage on critical hits. So it doesn't give crit synergy anymore. It just gives increased crit damage if you crit. So I don't know if that's better or about the same.
it's better from what I've heard.
Because now gunslingers and glaviers can play together again without getting mad.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
or like war dancers and glaviers can play again
And
together without.
helicopter Flavius.
But are
I
you gonna
love
be
love
gearing
good
up your
helicopter.
helicopter?
I mean, he's at 1445. I've got to get him up to 1490. But the I will be doing arrow first though,
You
just
will be
because
making your
flavor them up.
Aeromancer. Are you gonna
Yeah,
delete
flavor them up.
characters to make Aeromancer, or are you gonna
No, I already made the so
okay.
remember
Oh
I
yeah,
told
that's
you
right.
she
You made
she
it
said in there.
freaking precipitative.
Yeah. Yeah.
All fancy
Good
with your
times.
naming conventions now. Man. Used to be punchative, now it's precipitative. It's not rainative.
Yeah.
It's not Mary Poppinsative. It's not.
Ra- Relative almost more. I'm like, wait, there's a better name for rain.
I'll take credit for
Yep.
your artist name. That shit was
Oh yeah,
100% me.
it was. That was all you. Yeah.
I'm
Good stuff.
hoping I get the character slot increase so I can make my Slayer. Otherwise, my BT Zerk is gonna have like 1,500 blue fusion materials that he can't use.
Because you're not making a error, are you?
Nah, nah. There's two classes I'm never gonna make. It's Aeromancer and Deadeye. That's
No.
not happening.
Uh,
I'll still get the class engravings, but it's just not happening on the making the characters. And
yeah, I mean, uh,
I took my
like I'm gonna make.
dual class sharpshooter to Belshazzar 1-2 on island.
Yeah. I mean, the dual class still works, but
No, it does not. It does not work. It pumps damage, but I'm pumping damage because I'm a 4x3 loyal companion. It's not pumping damage because I'm dual class.
No, they work separately, but it still works if you do it right.
It doesn't work because the way the tripods work now is you only get the benefits if either
That
the
is
bird is
also true.
summoned or if the bird
Or if there's no bird.
if the bird is not summoned.
That
So
is also true.
you're doing like 75% damage on both classes, so you're losing about 10%, 15% damage overall.
Just because it like damage wise says it doesn't work, just doesn't mean it can't work. Like you can make it work. It's not going to function well, but it
Oh
can
no, I
work.
can make it work, but like the amount of effort that I would have to go through to make it work compared to just picking one and just sticking to it.
Yeah, yeah, that is very true.
Because I'm basically playing playing like a bard right now. It's just like, oh, I have my bird. Should I launch it now, or should I hold on to it and just do a little bit of, constant DPS for a bit, and then wait until it gets staggered, and then launch my bird, and it hurts. I actually don't like the fact that I have to think, so I'm probably gonna switch to loyal companion.
Are you also going to swap to reflux with the 8% buff?
What was that?
Are you going to swap to reflux with the 8% buff?
Look, that is I don't know yet because she's still 3x3 with Spirit Absorption 3 on legendary gear because I have cut like 500 million stones and the best I can come up with is a 6/6. So
Oh, shit.
like my Sork is that bad that I would literally pay someone gold for them to carry. Like I would take a bus on that character. That's the only character I would take a bus on.
Oh, shit.
Like you know what's
Uh,
crazy? I have enough accessories onto her to get a 5x3 build going. I just need a 7/7 stone.
this.
And it's not one
Oh god.
specific 7/7 stone. I could have 3 different 7/7 stones and still build her 5x3 with the amount of
Really?
accessories that I farmed and transferred over to her.
Oh god.
Like she is literally the only like her and the shadow like the shadow hunter. I just need to get demonic impulse 12 and then I'm done. But
Yeah.
like, and then the deathblade I can just change to remaining energy whenever I feel like it. But for some apparent reason, my Sork is just like reminding me why I hate Sork. Because the crazy thing about that class is she's 3x3 and she still clears chaos dungeons like 6 times better than half my classes that are 5x3 and have chaos dungeon builds. She doesn't even have betrayal. Like it's insane.
Yeah. But the amount of AoE Sork has, it's just so good.
So like I'm just
It's not.
imagine if I actually geared it up. I'd actually enjoy a class. Like part of the reason why I hate the class is because like chaos dungeons are shit and I enjoy chaos.
Hmm.
I haven't done a raid with her since. When was the last time I did a raid on my Sork? I think the last time I did a raid on my Sork was before Clown came out.
Wait, was it really?
Yeah, because that's when she got 6 piece. Nightmare. And I haven't done a raid with her since.
I actually
I mean,
I need to do some raids on my other characters because they're like on 3-piece sets.
yeah, dude, that's like even my Soulfist has done more raids than her, and my Soulfist doesn't even have 6 piece hallucination yet. It's crazy.
So you don't have any account group at the moment?
No.
Not even for
Yeah.
your GL?
Oh, GL's the only one that can do a Khan. So I don't know. Because the problem I have is like my other clown group with combat and Sif and stuff. I don't know what group they're running with because there's like how the statics get separated into like the juices and like the not so juicer.
The juices and the others, yeah.
Yeah, there's party 1 and there's party 2.
There's the A team and the B team. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not in the Bs. We're like mid J Ls.
Yep.
So I don't know which group I'm going with, because if they want me to go with the juices, I'm gonna do nothing in that raid, and I'm just gonna be flame, and they're gonna be toxic as shit because they're gonna be running meter and all that stuff. So I just don't want to deal with that.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I don't know, but nothing's been finalized. I haven't, and then with the other boys, like I haven't really finalized because I don't even know when they're gonna run it. So if they run it on weekends, I won't even be able to do it. So I'm just kind of floating a bit, you know what I mean? Like I'm not too stressed. Like it's got kind of gotten to the point in Lost Ark where the progression is slow enough that I don't really need to do it. Like say with like Kyango, I don't need to do hard Kyango week one off the rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like there's gonna be way more opportunities to find people and groups and stuff like that for a Khan because of how long it takes to get to 1580 compared to Vicus and Volton and all that stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
think Belshazzar was a little bit of a weird one because of the six gates and how it's set up. But
Hmm. Yeah.
I cleared
Yeah.
I cleared gate 3 and gate 4 Rel hard mode on Friday.
On which character?
On not my main.
Okay.
I swear to God, I've progged more content on my freaking paladin than I have on my main. It's kind of scary now.
uh, I mean, I mean, that's why you made the support, wasn't it?
No, I made the support because I want to learn support, and I still haven't achieved that goal yet. So
Yeah.
I have 6 of them now, and I still get excited when I get noble.
Compared to me, I'm like, oh, I got noble. Okay.
There's no way. I did play like shit right now. Probably only got support or gets radiant. I'm just like, all right, cool. Anyway, guys,
It's like, oh, really? I got radiant. It's like, oh, really? I got noble. Ugh, yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. I can't even say that about freaking upright or cruel fighter. Anything I can get excited about is freaking master counterpuncher and advancing annihilator. That's it.
Oh, yep.
I can't even get excited about deep rooted tree anymore because that would literally mean I had to play bad or press Z at the wrong time to not get it.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, God.
In fact, it's even more disappointing when I don't get deep rooted tree because it means I've failed. Like I didn't even get a passing grade. Like this is your free medal for MVP. You didn't even get it. You freaking bozo. What are you doing? But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what's happening with the card. I'm more excited for the Chaos Dungeon reworks, Guardian Raid changes. Pressing the matchmaking button on Guardian Raid feels so good now.
It's one of those things like everyone's looking forward to a card. You're like one of the very few people's like, they're changing house dungeons? Hell yeah.
It's crazy though because like people say, "Oh yeah, there's people that actually enjoy Chaos Dungeons in the game." I'm just like, "Yeah, it's there. I've never met them, but there is." Like every time I join a Discord, "Oh, what's Jazz doing?" "Oh, he's probably doing Chaos Dungeons again." It's like, "Oh, you got me. You got me."
The thing
I
is, it's
was
not wrong.
I was already I think if we divvied up the amount of content that you've watched me stream on Discord, I think like 80% of that is me just doing Chaos Dungeons and Cubes.
That is true. That
And then
is,
the rest is like
is,
Yu-Gi-Oh
is
or like
factual.
whatever gotcha game.
Yeah.
Doing card pulls on
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh or
good times.
and then occasionally it's an actual game that I'm playing, like like Path of Exile.
Although I will admit, having up on the side monitor while I'm doing like something else, like related to D&D or something,
Yeah.
good.
That's what I mean. Like when I'm doing dailies, when you have stream up, it's just so chill. It just and now I can do it 25% faster, boys. How can you not be excited? You know what I mean?
But
It's like
although having that 25% faster is going to be
I didn't feel like my time was being disrespected or wasted at all, but now it's actually respecting my time. Like that's crazy.
the fact that you can just stand in the middle and everything aggroes to you now. It's
The
going to be
fact that
so
you can
good.
do that on more than just Gunlancer now, the fact that my Glaivier can actually use abilities in Chaos Dungeon now instead of getting poked to death by those freaking Gunlancers from South Bend.
Oh, fuck those guys.
The fact
Fuck
that I don't
those.
have to press spacebar repeatedly while those freaking red rectangles from that bitch with the scythe that does the four freaking. The fact that I don't have to sit there and
Oh,
get frozen for 15
yeah.
seconds and watch my HP bar get deleted because some spider bitch threw an ice ball at me.
Oh, and yeah, I know the one.
The fact that I don't
Yep.
have to have like my screen like pitch black because some dragon farted and now all of a sudden I can't see.
Yeah, there's some nice, there's some nice changes coming.
The fact that I don't have to do boss portals on my supports anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Because the other times I'd be streaming and you'll
Like
just be like, fucking red portal.
there
I'm
was
like, oh,
once
red
when I
portal.
did 6 of them and I had 8 boss portals on 6 characters.
Uh, I could always, there would always be that time. There's those moments when I'm like, I would
Like
just know you've had red portals on the supports.
you
If you
know
just,
it's like there was a point where it's just like I didn't get any red boss portals on my supports today. Today has been a good day. Like that's like you have to change that because I'm not a casual player, right? So I have 6 supports. And if I'm encountering it this much on 6 supports, could you imagine like the one support enemy that is worse at supporting than me because they don't know that their brands don't stack and they have level 5 gems and all that. They're trying to kill it with no chaos dungeon build. They don't even know what a betrayal set is, and his boss is just deleting them.
yeah.
But we're
I, s-
getting the freaking RMT jar.
I still remember that very first Vessel dungeon we did. It's like, Paladin's so slow. Fucking useless.
Looks at his stats: max endurance, no spec, has
Yep.
no swiftness. Watch me, I won't die. Proceeds to die.
Yeah, it was. He definitely quit the game after
Yeah, but he
when
quit
he.
he quit the game when the game was still good. That's the sad part.
Yeah, most likely.
Like I'm okay
Oh,
with you like quitting
yes.
game when it's not doing so hard. Like that's fine. As long as you don't sit there and talk shit about it for like an eternity. Just quit the game, come back if you want, don't come back if you don't want. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That guy was something
Yeah.
else, man. That guy was something else. I like to this day I still haven't met a gunlancer that was as toxic as that dude.
Oh, yeah. Most Godlands are pretty chill.
Like the most toxic destroyer we met was that one destroyer that hijacked my freaking Bolton.
He fucking just straight up booted that dude.
He just booted him and then just took control and just we cleared the raid. It's okay. Freaking straight savage, bro.
It's like,
Okay.
okay, just why would not piss that dude off?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm hoping the changes is like a direction change for the positive. I'm hoping it's not one of those like, oh, we did something good, now let's go back to doing dumb shit.
Oh,
Like I don't
I
want it to
mean,
be a competition between like Blizzard, EA, Ubisoft, and all the other companies. I don't want them to join in on that. I want them to be like, you know, not that.
I mean, a game's only as good as its latest patch.
Eh, I don't know. Like all of the players that I've met recently have been really good. Like it's actually kind of crazy. Like a bunch of people been hopping into the stream and stuff like that. we had like this jail as shit clown run, but it was fine because everyone was just memeing and just having a good time.
Oh, I mean, it's always good to have. It's always good to have those runs as long as everyone's on the same
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
page.
That was crazy because like a couple of the people in the stream that come in, and we've done raids together a few times now. Last stream, we like I just found out that we're all in like South Australia.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it was so weird. Like we've been like one of the guys I've been doing raids with on and off for like I don't know the last 6 months or something like that. And one of the other guys
Yeah,
that I met, the destroyer I was talking about that I met in the 1 to 4 Brel that didn't believe I had Band of Legion Commander.
yeah.
Yeah, him.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like 10 minutes up the road from me. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like all things going consider, we're gonna like go hang out, and, meet up and on Wednesday and just human. Which I feel like
Oh,
it's so weird. I haven't done it for so long. It kind of just feels like weird. You know what I mean?
yeah. Actually, hanging out with people. Huh.
But like not weird like in like a ew gross kind of way. Like weird like I'm actually excited to just go out and just not have to log in to interact with people. Like just straight up just go out and
Yeah,
do human being things.
yeah,
Which is kind of crazy.
yeah. I get that. I get
So
that.
like that's pretty exciting as well. But he's got a 1580 paladin who's also looking for a group. So I don't know. I don't know like if I would be crazy enough to try and make my own account group. As funny as that shit would be, it would be just a whole bunch of randos trying to do a car.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would like if I still had my group, I would be 50 to 80 like fucking months ago. But it's
yeah,
just like I couldn't be.
yeah, I get that.
He just could not be bothered.
On top of that, you had to finish what other stuff like Solasta and like Persona and all that stuff. Like I basically, it's only like recently that I started playing other shit again. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I need that variety. Otherwise, I would go literally, quite literally, go insane. It's like I could never be like repeat other people. Like never be a one game Andy. I need. I would need
I
that.
wouldn't be able to be a one game Andy, but like it's a little bit more fresh for me because I can do like editing and other stuff like that stuff. So it's like a
Yeah,
different activity that's not just Lost Ark. You know what
yeah. That's
I wouldn't mind. Like I would be okay with being a Lost Ark main and then just doing the occasional random like variety every so often.
I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just like a personal thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could never
No, I
be.
mean it depends on the person. Let's put it this way. I'm still doing Chaos Dungeons before the Quality of Light update instead of resting it for the quality because like for me, nothing's changed except for the fact that it's just not going to take as long. In fact, it's going to
Yeah,
feel better because I don't have to do boss portals.
true. But yeah, like I've done the one game thing. Like, I did that for like 4 to 5 years on WoW. And it's like I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of did it with Dota, but I've always kind of played stuff on the side because I didn't have like one group. I didn't have like, oh, we only play. You know how some people are only like, oh, we only play Valorant or we only play League, or
Oh yeah,
I didn't have that group because I had like groups that played Dota, but they also played like, shooters and stuff like that. They also played like random meme games, like Ark as
yeah.
well. We had the group that played Ark, so I never really stuck to one thing. I kind of focus on one, but they kind of take turns.
Ah, yeah. Like back when I played WoW, I had like 5 to 10 people that I was regularly playing with. And it was
Yeah.
and they were always on, so I could always jump into dungeons whenever with them. And it was then, like, when
Yeah,
they started leaving, it was like, yeah.
yeah, I missed out on all that, man. I missed out on all that. Like everyone's just
Yeah,
like,
it was
oh, we have this group that does dungeons and raids together, and I'm just sitting there like killing a boss 6,000 times on RuneScape solo. Like, which sounds
it's
impressive, but
a
it's not really that impressive when the boss only takes 15
it's a
seconds to
different
die.
feel. It's a different feel. It
I don't know. Because like when I was in high school and stuff, most people play like Halo and Call of Duty and Counter Strike,
mm,
and I'm dog shit at shooters, so I never really. I played them, but
yeah,
I was never really good at them.
like, I was the Call of Duty and Halo player
I
in high
mean, like
school.
Call of Duty was probably my best game. Like Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 was like my peak.
Oh, okay.
And then I started enjoying like that's when I started enjoying like story stuff, like Mass Effect and Witcher and stuff like that. That was when
Yeah.
I took my I started getting into like RTS and stuff as well, like super heavily as well. So two completely different games.
Yeah. Also require widely different skills. Like,
Yeah.
an FPS requires completely different skill set to
Yeah,
RTS.
FPS is more like reactive, and I'm too boomer for that shit, man. Whereas I told them I explained like because I trying to find out what games like the missus likes and what games, and she's trying to find out what games I like, and basically I explained to her I like to play games that make my brain hurt.
Hmm.
So for a brief moment when I opened up that PoE skill tree, I got stun locked, and then I realized, look, it's actually not that bad, and then I made a second character. Like, so I think there's something inherently wrong with how my brain works because a normal person probably doesn't do that. But yeah, like, and then she plays like just cute stuff. Like just watching her play Honkai and watching how she creates her team compared to how I create my team is like. Uh,
Yeah.
so her team, she wants to have freaking Arlen, Dan Hong, Su Shang, and what was the other one? Luca. She just got Luca from one of the 10 rolls on the banner.
Luca.
The
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, Luca.
The
Yep.
new guy, the Mr. Fister guy that just came out.
Yeah. Wait,
And I'm just
so
like
no healer?
you can't run six destruction like whatchamacallit hunt whatever like nukers. You can't run six nukers and have no support in your team. It's like look, I don't run the thing for min max. I run it because I based on character cuteness.
I mean, that's fair. Uh, has she got which 5 stars has she got so far?
She got well. She doesn't even use it.
Okay.
She got well
Oh,
from her guaranteed 50 discounted normal pulls.
the same as me. I got well from that as well.
Yeah, I love it because when I did it, I got Bronya, and you were just like, "Yeah, Bronya's whatever," you know.
Yeah, that was back when I hadn't really looked into builds. I'm like,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I've looked at it. Like,
I was talking with the orphanage boys. I'm just like, "So is Bronya any good?" And she's like, "Wait, you got Bronya?" Everyone's like freaking out because I was the only one that had Bronya.
yeah.
So like, there's only one other person in the group that has Bronya, but they're running Kafka, like they're running E4 Kafka as their support character. So that's why I have
E4. Holy
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Okay.
E4. He had like 360 pulls saved up free to play for Kafka. And he won every single 50-50, and he got Kafka on a 20 pull as well.
God damn. Okay.
And he got weapon, like one like a copy of weapon as well.
Jesus. God damn. Okay.
So she's disgustingly strong. So like he's got him as the support character for his thing. So I'm the only one in the group that has Bronya as a support character. So
Oh,
I just log in. Like I know when people have been doing their dailies because I just get all the credits coming in from using Bronya.
yeah. I get quite a few credits having the Roacher up as the
Yeah,
support.
because I use it every time I do anything that has a support character.
He's such a good healer.
Because I'm running Blade, and it's just like Blade uses an ability, and then he points his hand and heals him to full, and then Blade deletes someone.
Yeah, he's such a good healer.
It's just kind of weird when you get him as a trial character in the event because his attack is so high that Bronya prioritizes fast forwarding him over like Kafka or the other DPS.
Wait, really? Oh
Yeah, because he
god.
only builds attack basically, right? Because
Yeah. Oh.
because I haven't leveled up like some of my relics gear for Kafka yet. Bronya just
Oh,
like
okay.
fast forwards, and then he does like 250 damage, and then I kind of just die inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit, that's good.
yeah. I got it to level 70. I am trying to farm now that I am no longer broke from leveling her up and leveling her weapon up. I um I am farming relic gear to feed to her actual gear to level it up. But she's already like even without Eidolon, she's already kind of disgusting. I don't even use Sampo with her. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't save her. I mean, I've got him. Just don't use him. I'm using Kafka. Okay, so my team at the moment is Tank Traveler, Lurcher, Blade, and Kafka. That's my current team.
yeah,
It works pretty well.
mine is Welt, Kafka, Bronya, and Natasha.
Okay, that's not a bad team.
I mean, it works. Like the slow is actually really nice. So like
Yeah,
Welt slows, and then Bronya fast forwards Kafka, and then Kafka just keeps pumping shock stacks on everyone.
yep. Yeah,
And
Honka's
like
such a good game.
her ultimate cinematic is so good.
Which one? Kafka.
Kafka when she does like the boo at the end every single
Oh,
time, even when it's like fast forwarded.
yeah, the
Just I
boom.
don't know, man. She's
Yeah.
so freaking hot.
Yeah, she's good. She does look pretty good.
It's like I guess I'm not quitting the game. I got Kafka. That's it. I don't even care about the next character that's coming out. I don't even care if it's broken or not. Like
Yeah, apparently, I mean, this is rumor at the moment, but the next banner is going to be the Dragon Den Hung.
yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't even care about regular butter chicken, man. So why would I get him?
God damn it! The fact you call it butter chicken.
The fact that every time he uses because I'll be lying in bed and we'll just get into the thing. It's like we're either watching Bleach, eating food, or like lying in bed, and we're both playing Honkai. And like sometimes I'll play with the sound on, and sometimes she'll play with the sound on while she's doing story. And
Yeah.
I'll hear like the voice line for like Dan Hung, where it's just like I have no interest in you know fighting or whatever it is that he says. So I know like it's his turn, and then I hear like the ultimate button get pushed or activated from the autoplay, and then you hear this sanctuary, and in my head, it's like
It's butter vision.
it's butter
It's
chicken.
butter vision. Not butter chicken. God damn it. Ah, fucking hell.
Uh, but yeah,
But
it's
I can see why you would hear it as that though.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because I'm like one of those weird guys that likes mispronouncing like pasta names on purpose just to piss Italians off.
Uh, yeah.
Like it's not spaghetti, it's spaghetti, and rigatoni and better china.
God damn it. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
no, I'm working on my second team now, so I just need to get a
Yeah.
cheeky Bailu, and then we're good.
Oh, okay. You're going for
It's
the
it.
Bilu, huh?
It's either that or I run like healer with Bronya and Blade Kafka on one party, and then just run March with my Preservation Traveler. Just run 2 shields. Two
Two
shields with like
shield.
welt and some damage, like Chicken Lady or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Fucking chicken lady. Sushang. God damn it. The
Yeah.
fact that she calls that chicken a phoenix, though.
Rise Phoenix, and then just
Yep.
body slam.
Uh,
Have
I'm
you
really enjoying it.
have you finished the event yet?
No, I've got to finish it off still.
Dude, I maxed it out today already. It's so easy, man. The easiest easy.
Yeah, it's I've done the first two. Got to do
I've
the other
done
three.
all 5 easy. One shots every time. No deaths.
Yeah, it is really it, and for 1,000 of the jade, it is really
And it
really
gives you
easy.
all the materials to upgrade freaking Kafka's traces. Well, not all of them, but like a
Yeah,
shit ton of them. So
yeah, it is. It's a really easy and really rewarding event. It's
I'm like halfway to Trailblaze 59, man. I'm like 58 and a half.
yeah,
Been
that's what
going
I
hard.
do as well.
I've been going hard, bro.
The experience
You
like
started like
really starts.
a month and a half before me, but you know,
Yeah, but that's I also didn't play for
I
a few weeks.
activated
Like
weebdgen.exe.
I mean, I've only just been playing a lot recently. Like when it was Silver
Just
Fox
the
and
fact that you
Legend
can
came
do it on
out,
your
I barely
phone
played.
is why I've been pumping it. It's like every time you're sitting in bed in this free time, you're just winding down. Every time you're taking a shit, every time you're in the shower, like it's just like any opportunity you can get, you can do it.
Yeah, the fact that it runs on phones, how good it looks, and like how well
I
it
run it
runs.
on low, and it still looks amazing.
Yeah,
The fact that my phone doesn't turn into a freaking furnace when I'm running it for more than 5 seconds is the main reason why I'm still playing it on my phone.
that's fair. Yeah, I really want this game to come to Switch though. This would be brilliant on Switch.
Would it come out on Switch?
No, even Genshin's not out on Switch yet, even though it was promised when the game came out 3 years ago.
Oh, I don't know. I just feel like it's objectively a better game than Genshin.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, Genshin's fun, but this just feels a lot better to play. It
I
feels
think
more
it's
rewarding.
I think it's like the autoplay carries a good chunk of that. Like
Yeah,
there's like whatchamacallit, Blue Protocol autoplay, but then there's this kind of autoplay, and I feel like if it goes into this kind of direction of autoplay, it's actually insane.
hmm, yeah, and like all the events, I feel are a lot more rewarding than Genshin as well. Like,
They're all different too.
yeah, and because it's turn based, you can do a lot more with it than
Yeah. Well, the reason I like smashed through those the recent event is basically it's the Stardew Valley dungeons,
is it?
the format. Like you have like little nodes that you have to break, and then there's like limited energy. Like you run out of energy.
I've never played Stardew, so
Basically, you have like an energy bar, and if you get too tired, you pass out, you black out, and then you wake up in bed, and you have to pay
yeah.
the council like a certain amount of your money for rescuing you.
I know.
but like
Yeah,
it's so basically makes it you like
sounds
go into a
similar.
floor and then you have a limited amount of distance you can cover. You try and get as far as possible. With
Yeah.
like the obvious change in this is you get the little stamina things that refill your bar, whereas in Stardew if you don't bring food with you and you take too long because like it's based on like a daytime cycle, so
Yeah.
if it goes past like 11:30 at night or something, you just pass out anyway, regardless of your energy.
Okay.
But it's
Hmm.
it's pretty much like that. So I already understood that kind of. It's kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon ish as well. Very similar to that as well. But like this
Okay.
event, the museum event was freaking lit. I don't know why it was so good because it's very straightforward. Like
Yeah, that museum the museum event was so good.
I don't know
It
why it
was
was so
really
good.
good.
It's just like, I don't know. There's just something satisfying about collecting stuff and like finishing like a collection.
Yeah, it was really good for what it was. It was a good event.
Because you didn't even have to unlock everything to get the rewards, but you did it anyway because you didn't want to leave it like 90% done.
Yeah.
Like I did like all of like I finished it in 69 days. And I got the little card for it telling me I finished it in 69 days and I was like so happy. Like
Yeah. Oh, God.
I don't know, the puzzles in that game is just so underrated.
Yeah, they're good.
Like I get so excited when I'm just running around and there's like a little puzzle icon on the map. Just want to run straight to it and do it. Like if it's one of the little flippy turny ones or the cube ones or the crane or the little robot escort or
Oh, yeah, those ones.
then you got the
Yeah, they're good.
the
Yeah.
little turntable ones where you have to connect like the water pipe so that it's all flowing basically. It's like a variation of that. It's like an electrical circuit kind of thing.
There's a lot of variations in the things
Yeah, and
you
then you got the story missions that have all the different puzzles, like the new one where you have to activate the pillars or like in
Yeah, that
like a specific
yeah.
sequence. That was sick. And then you got the ones with the little treasure hunts where you got a little doggy that uh, sniffs stuff out for you. There's just so
Oh, yeah.
many. Like it's so like they're so simple, but they're so satisfying to complete because I don't know what it is. They're just doing something really good with it.
It's like they took all the good things they learned from Genshin and
Yeah,
took it into Honkai.
it's like Honkai is definitely way more like linear, but I feel like that's better than the open world of Genshin
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
because the amount of time you waste just traveling. Like early on, it's fine because there's boxes and hidden stuff everywhere, but once you actually start doing all of the hidden puzzles and stuff like that, it's kind of a like semi
It gets
time waste
tedious.
to travel through. Whereas in Honkai, it's like once it's done, it kind of just disappears off the map, so you don't even really notice it
Yeah.
when it's done. And they
Mm,
recycle
yeah.
all the areas just really well.
Mm, yeah,
I've
they do.
noticed like simulated universe is basically chaos dungeons, but just less mobs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It was just
essentially.
reusing like areas from like the story, like
Yeah, and
key
it's just reused
areas.
content. Mm,
Yeah, I know. And it's super well done. Like I actually enjoy just doing simulated universe without claiming the rewards. Like it's actually crazy. Like
yeah, it's fun.
I did like a Welt, Kafka, Natasha, and Bronya run on World 7 a few times earlier today and went like the Nihility build.
That's with Goat Boy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's with the Go Boy.
That's with Argos. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got all of the upgrades for the Nihility um tree, like the path. So I got all three of the upgrades.
Okay. Yeah.
And on top of that, the two upgrades that I didn't get that weren't Nihility were the remembrance ones, the two remembrance ones. So there was the effect hit rate increase, and then there was the when you damage like an enemy, there's a chance that they get frozen.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kafka's
So
dots must have been hitting like a
so
truck.
yeah, so all three phases of Goat Boy, he didn't even get a turn.
Oh no, poor goat boy.
Yeah, like 50 dots proc on him. The first phase, he had like 99 stacks of suspicion after 3 Kafka attacks. It was insane.
Oh god, that
Like
poor goat.
the health bar with the amount of dots that were stacked onto him, it went from like 100 to 0, and all you saw was like numbers. And then he just went to the next phase, and then Bronya would fast forward Kafka, and then Kafka would hit him, and then because the hit rate got increased, like you got the hit rate bonus, and then you got the because I think actually I don't think Remembrance does the hit rate bonus. I think the uh well no, Nihility does the effect hit rate bonus, and then Remembrance does the effect resistance like reduction.
I think so. But also, when Kafka uses her skill, it procs all current dots on a boss, on an
Yeah,
enemy.
yeah. So like on top of that, I had I had the upgrade to 9 stacks, so that because I had more than 9 Nihility blessings, right?
Yeah,
So the damage coming out from that, and I had 2 orange Nihility blessings as well, like three
yeah,
stars.
yeah. Oh god, that poor goat.
So that goat just did not move.
Oh, that poor goat.
Yeah, Kafka used Boo like 4 times, and then he it was his turn, and then he just died, went into phase 2, summoned some plants, and then Bronya fast forwarded Kafka, and then the plants added more like DOT stacks from them dying onto the goat, which killed him even faster. And then the last phase, he spawns 4 plants instead of 2 plants, which killed him even faster.
Oh, no. Oh god, that poor goat.
Yeah, compared to like an abundance build, yeah, it just ain't it, bro. Like that shit was so fun. Like I want to try
Yeah,
it with
I.
Sampo later on. That's gonna be more disgusting.
Oh,
Freaking
oh.
5 stacks of wind shear every time he uses his ability.
Oh, god, that would be brutal.
Oh, yeah, no, she's been good. I got her in about 70 something pools. So oh
That's not too bad.
yeah, soft pity territory.
Yeah, I've managed. I managed to get like Kafka up to 20.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was so good.
That Discord message broke my heart. That's what I get for rolling for Blade. Cheeky 10 pull. Literally a day before
Yeah,
the. I probably shouldn't have done that
essentially.
because the pity carries over to.
Yeah, probably.
And once again, you didn't say anything. I appreciate it.
I mean, people need to make these mistakes on their own.
They do not. Okay, they do not.
Yeah, they do.
We need to be a force of positivity, not a force of griefing each other so none of us gets Kafka.
I mean, hey, you didn't even say you were rolling for Blade. You did that on just that was your own fault.
Do you remember when Genshin came out and I was just like streaming it to you one night, and
Yeah.
there was that one water, the little Ayaya girl that just came out, and the banner was about to end, and I sent like a cheeky 10 pull on her and got her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I was channeling that with Blade.
Shit.
But it all worked out
Good
because
time.
I have Blade, who's got like pretty much everything geared to the best of my knowledge. So, and
Yeah.
Kafka's got everything that she needs. She just needs relic XP, and then I need to hit that level 60 for the next tier so I can ascend her. But that's like that is at least a week away.
Okay. Yeah, I need a whole bunch of relic experience for a lot of characters.
I need another
So much
healer, man.
experience.
I need another healer.
Yeah, they really need to come out with another 4-star healer soon.
Either that or the next area just gives us the freaking abundance unlock for a main character, so we don't have to worry about.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. That would be
Because
incredible.
those Hall of Memories, trying to get those stars is spare right now, to be honest.
Yeah, and I've got all 3 healers that are out at the moment.
Crazy, bro. I think I use your healer more than I use my healer. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, because I failed that fucking 50-50 with on Blade to get Baldur.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that I'm sitting on like 220 for the regular pull banner thing, whatever. I'm hoping I hit like soft pity soon and get Bailu or at least Clara, Bailu, Clara or Bronya. Any of those would be okay.
You're after another Bronya?
Yeah, dude, E4 Bronya is insane. You what?
Oh, I mean that's a lot of Bronya. That's if you're looking for E4 Bronya.
Yeah, that means I need four
Then
more Bronyas. It's easy. Just get them.
yeah, sure.
Well, I
That,
mean, what
that's
do you
exactly how that works.
what do I want apart from her? Freaking Japad? Like
Poor Japard, he gets shit on so much. He's not good.
he does one thing very well, but it's how I felt when I first started playing Gunlancer in Lost Ark. I just don't die, but everybody else does, so it doesn't matter.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if Dan Hung Awakened Form is the next character,
yeah.
which one's the character after that?
Fujuan, apparently. The little purple girl
Oh,
that you
yeah,
meet in the
no,
hub.
we're not gonna worry about that. So I can save up for the next Kafka rerun, I guess.
You could. Or unless they come out with a new character that everyone wants.
Yeah, but like if it's gonna be two characters, that's gotta be what 50 days where I don't do any pulls. You know how many
Yeah,
pulls I can get in
at
50
least.
days? That's like one a day at least IRL, and then you got the ones that I can get in Honka.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Just I don't know what's gonna happen. A Khan comes out next week. PoE League comes out next week.
Nah,
They still want to try
yeah,
Remnant at some point as well. I don't know.
that's going to be like 2 or so weeks away because Baldur's Gate's going to take some time.
I swear to God,
I'm
if
not
it's another
speedrunning that game.
Persona level where it takes half a year to finish, it's gonna be so funny.
But don't curse me like that. We don't need that kind of bad juju.
Because you're doing like a you're doing a what playthrough, a freaking himbo playthrough.
Kinda, maybe, yeah.
So the next one is gonna be like a full like clean G-rated paladin playthrough, right? Where everything is lawful good, 100%.
No, that's never an option.
What do you
Lawful
mean?
Good is such a boring character to play.
I mean, so is paladin, but like you still play it anyway.
No, Paladin is good. Paladin be fun.
Paladin you only play because you're too scared to die.
I'm not too scared to die. Paladin is fun. I actually enjoy playing Paladin.
Sure, sure.
I do.
I'm a good support. I believe
I'm one of the few people that enjoys playing
you.
Paladin.
Dude, if I didn't watch your entire Lost Ark struggle, I wouldn't believe you if you said that statement.
What do you mean by that?
They're so slow and they're shit class. Why would you run heavy armor
Well,
on a paladin if they're so slow already? Like,
Oh, God. Shut up.
yeah. I think the next month or so is looking pretty lit.
Yeah, it is. Uh, looking pretty good. 'Cause I mean, yeah, the next month there's I hate to say it, but there's Starfield coming out. And that's another fucking a long ass
But I
playthrough.
want to watch you play that, and I want to see how broken the game is. I don't believe it. I don't.
Oh, it's gonna be broken to all shit.
It better have that
Everyone
Bethesda
knows it.
polish to it, otherwise I'm gonna be disappointed. Like
It's gonna be
I'm
broken.
going into it with the same energy as D&D Dark Alliance.
Oh, that poor game. Mm,
Because I
poor
still
game.
have the outer worlds to do after I finish Dragon Age Inquisition, which I haven't started yet.
Yeah, that's you
So
were gonna start Dragon Age like 2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
That never
yeah.
happened.
And then I got like IRL aggro, and I'm just like, oh well, guess it's not happening, boys. So
Yeah. Oh, yes. So, what else have we been up to? There's
oh, we watched Bleach.
yeah, you were saying that. What episode did you say you were up to?
Like the three filler episodes after Aizen got wrecked.
Uh,
Like the freaking
that.
Kura town, whatever thing.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I know the one now. Okay.
And then they had like that booba lady that was obsessed, like that was married or like going out with some dude that just ate and played video games.
Okay, that I do not remember.
Where like there's this like centipede hollow that goes into like people and sucks them dry, and like Cone tries to save some redhead glasses girl with big booba because she like broke up
I
with her boyfriend, and then
I do not remember that. Do not remember that
it
one.
was a filler episode. It was
Yeah.
like that filler episode, and then there was the random dude with like Ikaku, where he's like the fastest laundryman in Squad 11, and he lost his power because he got sucked by a centipede hollow. So I don't recognize a theme here, but and then he
Yeah.
somehow decided he got the balls to fight again, and then he had like one last battle before he was discharged from Squad 11 or something. And then the other filler episode where there's just like this dude that was like a he looked like the guy where he was like the My Job Is Done guy from Sailor Moon.
It's been so long since I've watched those fillers. I do not remember them at all.
He's like he looks like a magician, but he has like blonde hair and shit, and he like mind controls the entire city, but it doesn't work on Cone because he's a mod soul.
Still, there's not ringing any bells.
He has like
I
a
don't
cape and he
remember
like
them at all.
flies around.
No, I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Yeah, it's basically just filler episodes at this point.
Yeah.
Because
It
yeah,
it okay. I will say, like, I enjoy the art that's coming up. A lot of people don't, but I would really enjoy the upcoming art
I
that's
mean, look, let's put it
coming up
this
soon.
way. When I was watching it with the missus, she thought the Bount arc was pretty decent, and if she thought that was pretty decent, then you know we haven't reached Walking Dead season 2 levels yet. All right, so
Okay.
oh, there's that filler episode where Omaida says he's the captain of Squad 2. That was kind of funny. He like falls asleep in a forest, and then he wakes up and he falls off a cliff, and then this hollow was chasing after a kid, and he lands on the hollow and scares him off. And then the kid's just like, "Oh, who are you? You saved me, Mister." And he's just like, "I'm the captain of Squad 2." And then the kids come to visit the Sarate and look for him, and obviously he lied about being a captain, right? But then Yoruichi's
Yeah.
there, and she's like playing along and getting everyone to play along with it, and got like
God.
Soifon to pretend that he was the captain of Squad 2. So Soifon was like cleaning all the barracks and stuff, and like giving him a
Oh.
back massage and giving him tea and making tea and making food for him and stuff like that.
Oh no. Oh shit.
That was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
It has been so long since I've watched those 4 episodes. Oh my god. Yeah.
The Aizen
I
arc
don't
was
know.
pretty sick.
Yeah. Eyes and stuff was good.
I
What do you think of his final transformation
it
with
looked
his
kind
split face?
it looked kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest. It kind of reminded me of the 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 twin double dude from freaking My Hero Academia.
And Double Dude?
Like, you know the guy that can make like duplicates of himself.
Sounds familiar? Been a long time since I've not a long time. It's been a
He
while since
looks
I've
like
watched
he looks like a Noir from the boys, except he has like a like he has the same eyes as Voltorb, but he looks like Noir, and he can make like duplicates of himself, and they're like they kind of have like a sassy Deadpool kind of crazy personality.
it.
I think it's like Twice or whatever his name is. Twice.
Oh, that dude. Okay. Double.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know the dude now.
it kind of reminded him. Like Aizen's final transformation kind of reminded me of that dude. So I couldn't really take it
Yeah,
seriously.
actually, yeah, that is actually
I couldn't
good
take it
comparison.
seriously when that happened. I thought it would be just even more Giga Chad, but like it went from like really cool to like really cool to like really cool to like okay, he has butterfly wings and an eyeball on his forehead, so like and then and
Yeah.
then yeah, and then he tried to do some weird Canadian Prime Minister shit at the end, and I kind of sort of
Oh.
stopped following.
Yeah. What do you think of Ichigo's
Dude,
final form?
that was so cool. Like when his hair turns black and he looks like freaking Kyan with like long hair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It was really
Because
good.
like, there's no way he doesn't lose his powers permanently. Like, it's just not possible. Like, the plot armor is too strong. But I could imagine like when the episodes were coming out, people were reading, especially like they had like a filler episode in between the battle, which was like super confusing.
Oh.
And then they had like they
Yeah.
had the filler episode with Shuhei and Rangiku like before Gin betrays Aizen.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. They put filler at the weirdest times in fucking Bleach.
Like
Yeah.
some
It's
of the
like,
filler episodes where like he there was a one filler episode where it was Komamura was having a weird dream, it was like a weird Halloween dream or some shit. But like Uriel was like a vampire, but he was drinking milk because he's like still Quincy at the same time, so he only drinks stuff that's white because Quincy's like the color. I don't know. So he's like anemic and shit, and then Ichigo's dad and Uriel's dad are like vampire hunters or something. I don't know what was,
oh, oh,
and then
that was
Rukia
the
was in a
Halloween special.
box. Yeah,
Yeah, that was the Halloween special.
and then there was that episode before the Bleach movie that apparently happened, but we didn't watch the Bleach movie, so it's kind of just weird because it was just promoting the Bleach movie that we didn't watch. So
Yeah. Yep. They choose the weirdest times to put filler.
and then the other thing that I didn't like was how Aizen went from like super Giga Chad to just talking a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like really badass, and then he kind of just got to this point where he spent like most of his time talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel
It's
like they could have explained the things that were going on a little bit better instead of just Eisen saying, "Oh, I understand what happened here. Let me explain it for 5 years."
there's also the I had everything I knew about you since before you were born. Did you go? Uh,
Which I
do
mean,
you
like,
remember
what?
that?
That's I mean, he did the he did do what he did do the weird the holification shooting thing like 100 years ago. That's, and Ichigo's only a school kid, so I guess it makes sense.
It like things do get explained later. Like in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, it explains a whole bunch of shit
Oh yeah,
about
for sure.
Ichigo and why he is the way he is.
But like the other thing that I thought was hilarious was when Ichigo powers up, and like Tatsuki and Keigo and all that are all there, and Aizen's giving him like the whole disappointment talk, and Ichigo's just like, "Can we just not do this here?" And he's just like, "You can't talk," and he just grabs his face and just launches him like,
Yep. He's like, and then fucking Isaac's reaction is like, "What? He grabbed me?"
yeah. And then the other thing was when he cancelled his own theme song as a revenge from
Yep.
like when he caught his blade with his bare hand and cancelled Aizen's theme song.
Yep. Uh, Bleach is so good. It's weird at times. It's weird at times, but it's good.
I don't know. Like Bleach is just really good because I feel like the characters are like the actual characters. They're not just there for the sake of being there. Like they have their own sort of like separate things. And that's what I really like
Oh yeah,
about the
definitely.
filler episodes is it actually expands on the characters. Like sometimes the filler
Yeah,
episodes,
yeah,
Ichigo's not even there. Like you just don't see him for like 3 episodes because it's just 3 random episodes of filler. It has nothing to do with him.
yeah. It's not shy about showing other people's stories.
Like it
Although most
sucks
of it's
when they
filler.
focus on characters you don't give a shit about. But like
Yeah. Yep.
but like when it's characters you do give a shit about, like if like even Ikaku, I think Ikaku is like super underrated.
Yeah. Well, what's that dance he does?
The
It's
Lucky Lucky
fucking
Dance.
stupid. Yeah, that's the one. Like,
But yeah. The only thing I don't understand is why Kaname just kind of just went "Bleh."
anime?
Yeah, like Tozen was just like, oh
Oh,
like
Tozen. Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah.
was like talking to Shuhei and Komamura just before like he got stabbed in through the neck by Shuhei. And he's kind of just lying there on like a I feel like it's the cursed piece of rubble because it's like the same shaped piece of rubble that everyone seems to be dying on. Like Gin dies on it, like Tozen does. Like
Oh, was that? I'm trying. Was that the one where he's got like he turns into a butterfly, like a moth or something, or a bird?
he turns into like a chameleon bat. It's so weird. He was so cool and it like he was so cool when he did like the holified form. Or not the like the I don't know if it was his Bonkai or if it was where he's got the freaking the Bozo's Jar Paladin looking skin. Like he's got just like a white helmet with like a lion down the middle or something. And it looks freaking badass.
Oh,
And then,
that's his like his hollow like
then he turns into
essentially
a
what
freaking chameleon fruit bat. And I'm just like, bro, what? It's like
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now.
I'm
And
just
then
like,
he
huh?
says to fucking and he says to Komamura, it's like, wow, I you looked better when I was blind or something. Like he said something along
No,
those
he's just like,
lines.
oh, so that's what you look like.
Yeah,
So I don't know. It's kind of weird.
yeah. It his character was kind of like underutilized. It could have been used better.
I think Gene's character was super underutilized.
Yeah, that too.
I kind of wish they had more like backstory on Gene and like Tozen and stuff like that. Because you don't really like Gene. You kind of sort of cared because he was like the chaotic smartass, but I didn't really give a shit about Tozen after he turned into a fruit bat.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like lying there. It's like, oh, let me see you for the last time, and he kind of just goes squish for no reason. So I don't know why. I
It's
just kind
not
of,
wrong. He just
I'm
does
kind
go
of kind of
squish.
confused how that happened because then he's just like, you just see like Aizen just looking down at him. It's like, why did you just go squish? Did you do something? I'm confused.
God.
Overall, it's pretty good. I feel bad for Rangiku though.
Yeah, her and Gin should have been a thing. Like, I
Dude,
wish
Gin's eyes look
Gin
so
survived.
cool, man.
Yeah, yeah, they were good.
When he got like cut by Aizen and he just didn't give a shit.
Like also Gin did the most damage to Aizen out of fucking anybody.
Yeah, I love
And
the
then
fact
it's just all
that he
around.
grabs Aizen's sword and then uses his toe to like blast him, and he blasts a bit of his arm off in the process.
Yeah, yeah, that was. And then Aizen's like, Uno reverse, no you.
No, Aizen dies like a Skyrim NPC first, and then he goes Uno reverse, no you.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's more like it. Uh,
I'm kind of excited to see what goes on next because apparently the next arc is kind of insane from what I've heard.
if you talk about the Fullbring arc, I've heard a lot of people complain about it. Like a
Yeah,
lot of people I've heard say it's not good, but I really enjoy it.
I mean, I enjoyed the Zanpakuto arc, and I didn't mind the Belt arc. It just kind of dragged a little bit too long.
Yeah, there's a also like when like in the upcoming like canon arc that was actually part of the manga. Uh, there is like it feels like there's a clear jump up in animation quality. So it
I mean, yeah, I mean, of course.
like with the Fullbring arc, not the Thousand Year Blood War, like the arc you're actually coming up to
Yeah.
before you. Yeah, it's like
I mean, I
there are
hope
certain
so.
scenes that.
I hope it improves. Can you imagine it gets worse? Like, huh?
uh, I mean, have you watched Naruto? It gets worse.
No.
It gets worse over time. I mean, compared to Boruto. I mean, Boruto just starts bad and gets worse. Anyway,
I don't know.
but yeah, like no, it's just yeah, it's like when the Fullbring arc happens, there's like a just a sudden jump up in animation quality compared to the others. I feel, but yeah,
I
it's
mean, I feel like the end of the Aizen arc, the animation was actually stepping up a little bit as well. So
yeah,
the little edge lord, Ichigo drip actually looked freaking sick.
yeah, where he becomes Getsuga.
Yeah. Even before that, when his hair is just like a little bit long, it kind of looks like he went like SSJ3.
Not quite that long, but yeah, yeah. Bleach has some really good fights in it, like compared to other
Yeah,
anime.
I don't know, man. Like people gave Bleach a lot of shit back in the day. You're not watching Pokemon or Dragon Ball, you know.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot of
it's
people
got the
did.
best ensemble of characters out of like the most diverse ensemble of characters that actually like hold their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I'll agree with that.
Like Pokemon doesn't have that for sure. It's literally like Ash Brock and Nurse Joy. That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
Like
Ash
the
loves it.
rest of the characters are just people that Ash beats or like love interests. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, and Team Rocket. That's it.
I mean, I guess you can include Team Up in that.
I feel like I don't know, I never watched Fairy Tail, so I don't know.
I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I haven't watched Fairy Tail. I haven't watched One Piece. I basically haven't lived at this point. I haven't watched Naruto.
I mean, you're not real. I mean, I I enjoy One Piece. I always have.
Apparently, like the new One Piece is kind of whatever.
That's depending on who
Turns
you
into like Fairy
are.
Floss or some shit.
It's into Fairy Floss? What?
Hmm?
Turns into Fair?
Turns into like
What do
a
you mean by turns
cloud.
into?
It looks like a freaking cloud or something.
Oh, that's Gear 5. That I mean, it's it's a weird design, but it's One Piece. Like everything about it's weird.
I'm tempted to watch the Netflix adaptation first, and then watch the actual One Piece to see how badly they screwed it up.
Yeah, that would actually probably be a good idea. What's the live action
It's only
first?
up from here,
Then
boys. Right? Like if I do that, if I do it that way.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, although like from what they've shown, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, but then if you use that argument, then Secret Invasion is the best freaking comic book adaptation in the world.
Okay, so you don't need to be a Marvel fan to know that Secret Invasion looks like shit. it's, it's like there's bad, but then there's bad,
It looks so promising, and then it was a dumpster fire.
and then you see what the Marvel execs said about it. Oh, they're like, well, oh, what was this? Like, there was an exact quote. They said
You know
that,
what's bad when Samuel L. Jackson can't even carry that shit.
yeah, that is, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Endgame. It's yeah, should have been Endgame, not mid game, not mid game into transition to Phase 4 Endgame.
Yeah,
Just stop.
yeah, I agree with that. Endgame should have been the end.
Endgame gave everything. Endgame gave everything, and with the exception of No Way Home, and we can just blame that on Sony, and Deadpool, we can just blame that on Ryan Reynolds, and then everything else just don't touch. Not worth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I, yeah, it's a weird one.
So I haven't watched any of the new stuff. The only stuff I've watched is No Way Home.
Yeah, I'll watch that. It wasn't too bad.
I haven't watched anything else. Actually, no, that's a lie. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is also good. But
I still haven't seen that. I don't know if I'm going to though. Like, I kind of got sick of all the superhero movies coming out.
I don't think I got sick of it. I just think like there's like you know when every single you know when the gaming company like cycles through themes, like this
Yeah.
year is gonna be zombie survival games year, and then you can only play a
Oh.
certain amount of zombie survival games. This year is gonna be battle royale year. This year is gonna be freaking open world RPG year. This year is gonna
Yeah.
be Like, and after like the third one, you kind of just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Just want something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's because like for me, it's like when it's zombie survival season, I play like 1 or 2 games, and that's it. I've had my fill for zombies and survival, and then I just want the next thing, which is probably like mechs or something like that, like action mechs or sword fights and so, and then you just cycle between them.
Okay.
Because usually, like, you have something that comes out which is really good at what it does. So, say for example, like Minecraft comes out, and it's like a building game, like a procedurally generated building game, and then Terraria comes out, and that's fun too. And then anything after that is just like a cheap copy of one of those two.
Yeah. 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 I mean, most things are a copy of something these days.
So, like, Infinity War was like the lead up to Endgame, right? So Infinity War and Endgame was kind of like Terraria and Minecraft. Then everything after that was like those weird Chinese App Store ripoffs of Minecraft. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, or it's like
Yeah.
Roblox with like little kids screaming the entire time. It's like, I just nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't see the appeal of Roblox. Like,
Yeah, but that's
I
because
don't
you're
know if
not
that's
five
just
years
me being
old.
old. That's me being old. It's just like, yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a no for me.
Why would you play Roblox when you can roll for Kafka? Just
It's true. That is, that is very true. That is very true.
I don't know. It's kind of weird that the games industry is kind of shitting on Baldur's Gate, but I'm kind of hoping it's like another CD Projekt Red situation when they made Witcher 3, where everyone's
Oh,
complaining about how good the
oh
game
yeah,
was, and we can't do that because it takes too much resources and we don't have the time, blah blah blah, and all that bullshit.
yeah.
I hope it's like another
The
one of
other
those situations.
game companies are like, this is not the new standard. This is an anomaly. We, this
No,
isn't
this is an
what
anomaly now, but
people
this is
should
a
be.
new standard.
Uh, it's 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 a thing. Like all the like what was it? There was a fairly high up um uh developer. I think it was I want to say Blizzard that said that like they're just making a comment that people shouldn't expect all future games to be like
Oh no, it
Baldur's
wasn't a
Gate.
Blizzard dude. It was just a different dude. But he was saying it as like a blanket statement, like and people like took it as like a just pick one thing about it and channeled that as the only message from what he was saying. But essentially, what he said was people shouldn't expect that as like the way moving forward right now because that's not how the industry's designed
Yeah.
at all. And it's like, yeah, we know because we've been playing shit games for the last 10 years. Well, why shouldn't it be like that? And everyone's
Yeah.
giving him shit for saying, "Oh, you're such a doomer, blah blah blah, you're corporate and all that." It's just like, no, he was just making a general statement, like, yeah, it's bad. Like, he was basically saying, yeah, it's bad. Don't expect it to improve anytime soon. And everyone's just like, "Oh, you doomer, you don't blah blah blah, you don't know anything, you just want our money, blah blah blah." It's like, no, that's not what he was saying. He was just being realistic and saying what it is, like calling it as it was,
Yeah.
like as it is, you know. But I'm hoping it changes the other way. I'm because I'm so tired of. I want to be excited for a game like Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, and then read the reviews and be like, "Yo, this is actually lit." Instead of, "Don't waste your time on this game. It's actual dog shit." And then you go into the game
Yeah.
expecting actual dog shit, and then be surprised that it's even more dog shit than you expected.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it, it's a it's a weird one.
It's not really that weird. Just make good games. Like,
I mean, it all comes down to like, I don't want to go too deep into it. It's like all money based.
oh
Like,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, I understand that.
it's like,
Minimum
like,
effort, maximum output. But like,
yeah, it, it's for the investors. It's like,
yeah, I just wish it wasn't like that. Like, do that to your TV shows, do that to your movies. I don't give a shit. Stop making video game shit. That's what I hate about it being mainstream. Like, that's what I hate about gaming being mainstream is that this happens.
mm, I mean, it's when companies go public. It's when stuff like this happens.
Yeah, but there's like you can still make profit while keeping your customers happy, and it's just like I get that it doesn't make as much, and I get that like greed plays like a pretty big role in determining how bad things are.
Yeah,
But it's not like you can't make something good and it's not sustainable. Like I'm pretty sure No Man's Sky proved just exactly that. So
yeah,
it's just there's no symbiosis between like the actual players of the game and the developers anymore.
no,
It's just nice to see like a company actually try and create that again. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. That's true.
I don't know. I have to wait and see. Be interesting to see what the Baldur's Gate 3 hype train is going to look like in a month from now.
I mean, by then most people would have finished it by then. Probably. I mean, I'll probably still be playing it
Yeah, but
by then.
I'm just wondering if it's going to be like a Skyrim but better. Because
Uh,
you know those BDSM dungeon mods are coming.
oh.
There's like you when those rednecks get unleashed, you know what's happening. So
that is that is true. Hmm.
like they got AI generated companions in Skyrim now. Can you imagine AI generated characters in Baldur's Gate? Oh my lord!
Oh god, that'd be a thing.
And AI generated dialogue options, like AI generated like voice, the potential. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about like the next big like ripple. So I don't think we've had it like the most recent one we'd have was like battle royales from like PUBG, but that happened a while ago. So I'm just interested to see what the next big ripple is going to be.
I mean, there's a lot of space games coming out soon.
Yeah, but I feel like space games is like the theme. Like space and exploration and procedurally generated is like the next, you know, the next zombie survival theme. Because we just got past like the vampire phase recently, and it didn't turn out very well.
I mean, we did get V Rising out of the vampire
Yeah,
phase.
yeah, no, but I was just
That
saying like we got V Rising, and then everything else was shit.
that is true. That's not wrong.
And then before that, we had like the zombie phase with like World War Z, and we had like was it Back for Blood, which was decent, but it wasn't like amazing. Then we had a whole bunch of other zombie games that were I guess they were like bad that I can't even remember them. Like what was the one with the dude with the cap and the motorbike?
Oh, Days Gone.
That one.
I think it was
State of
that one.
Decay was kind of whatever. Like State of Decay is okay, but it wasn't like amazing. Like State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
And then there was the other one that that it's apparently a scam.
Oh, yeah, I know the one. I can't think of the name though. I know which
So
one
yeah,
you're talking about though.
yeah, it's not looking good. And then Star Citizen might come out of pre-alpha, beta, closed launch, alpha, pay to win, alpha, early access, whatever, soon ish. And by soon, like before I retire. So
Everyone knows Star Citizen's not coming out.
I mean, look, the fact that they have a playable ish game is impressive. I didn't think it would make it that far, but
It's just the amount of money you can spend on Star Citizen, even though it's not out yet, is ridiculous. Like all the ships you can buy, are like thousands of dollars each.
yeah, especially if you can make a game like Vampire Survivors for like 5 cents. Yeah, it doesn't compute.
Yeah, and, and Star Citizen's also go having their Squadron 42 single player game that's got like fucking Mark Hamill and other actors in it. It's just like finish the game first
It's
before you
just
move
like
on to another
is
project.
this just like NFT season or NFT Citizen 2.0 or some shit? Is this like the DLC expansion pack for Star Citizen when the game hasn't even released yet? Like Ark did
Pretty
that.
much.
Ark did that with freaking Scorched Earth before it released. You saw the backlash for that. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man. I am eagerly awaiting the dumpster fire.
I think everyone is. Everyone just looks at Star Citizen with what could have been, and then look at what they've
The
got
sad
at the
thing is,
moment.
Star Citizen apparently it's like great. Like the stuff that you can do in it is great, but it's so complicated and complex, and the scope of it is just so insane that it's hard to get into as a new person.
Yeah, it's so feature crept at
Yeah,
this point. It's just yeah, it's
but it's kind of like Warframe, where if you just did like a 10-minute video of like 10-second clips of stuff in the game, it would be like so many different games that you're playing simultaneously.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's true.
but it's not for me. I don't know. Space just ain't it. Like I don't play Star Rail for space. I play it for Booba. Like I'm sorry. So
I mean, I think most people play it for Booba.
like I saw the Armored Core gameplay, and I'm a little bit less excited for it.
I mean, Armored Core's meant to be like a fast-paced mech game,
It
not
doesn't
meant
look
to.
very fast paced. I don't know. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't catch me. So I don't know. It's probably going on the nope list. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be all right. But
Like Armored Core, I mean, you don't play it like you play it for the gameplay, but you play it more for like the mech customization
yeah,
because like how in depth how in depth you can customize your mechs is pretty ridiculous. Like you can
yeah, it
change
might be on
each
my
part. And
my sit out list like Baldur's Gate.
that's fair. That is fair.
I think I've identified what my lane is to a certain extent, and I think I don't think those kind of games are like for me. I'm more of a probably on rails with options kind of thing instead of
Fair
like
enough.
a complete sandboxy sort of situation where you have to customize everything. Like the
I
concept
mean,
of it is cool, but I don't know.
I mean, not every game's going to be for everyone.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like more like a Mass Effect or Dragon Age sort of thing. There's a lot more options, but the actual you spend less time customizing and more time interacting with stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's
'Cause
fair.
I feel like I'm not a Mac user and I'm not a Linux user. I feel like Baldur's Gate is more like a Linux sort of experience. You know what I mean?
Kind of. I mean, like, there's not a lot of choices in. I mean, like once you get your class and race, it's kind of like linear from there. But there's not really a lot of. I mean, like, there's a whole bunch of choices with the story and stuff. But
Yeah, but like it's
like,
it's kind of like once you get into saving throws and all that stuff, like it to me it wouldn't add to the experience. Watching somebody else suffer through it would be fun, but like for my own personal experience, it wouldn't be as enjoyable.
fair enough.
Because then, like Mass Effect, it's like if you die, you just reset for the next checkpoint. If you shoot a gun and explodes, and then you have like voice dialogue options where you can be a dick to someone, like you can punch a reporter in the face or something like that. Like that's enough of a variation for me that I can enjoy it. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like Baldur's Gate, I would just get lost. Like this, like I wouldn't know what to. I hit like a certain point where I wouldn't know where to go and what to do. That I kind of just like lose interest.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah.
I
I
could
mean,
change. I could get like super addicted to D&D, yeah, and then just become one of those. Hey, I'm sorry, I can't show up to this party that you totally invited me to because we got D&D. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's also like my favorite game of all time is Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Republic 2, and that's essentially Star Wars D&D as a game.
yeah, all right.
So that
I wasn't too heavy on the story. I'm thinking back when I played Witcher. I didn't even really play Witcher for the story. I played Witcher to play Gwent. I literally
Gwent
just
is
went
good.
around the entire countryside challenging everyone to a duel.
Gwent is good. Can't deny
Which,
that. Gwent
surprisingly,
is.
I didn't even play the actual separate like Gwent game, which apparently is still alive. Didn't even realize. I thought it died ages ago. But
Wait, really, it's still
yeah,
a
it's still
thing.
going. They released a new set like recently. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, I know.
I did not know that. I thought it had died quite a while ago.
Yeah,
Huh. Hmm. Interesting.
I think it's because I've been wired to play like full reset games. Like Dota, like StarCraft and stuff like that. You start
Yeah.
off with the same resources at the start of every game, and then every time it finishes, it like wipes the slate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not as emotionally invested into stuff like Last of Us and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun watching you stream Baldur's Gate. I'll have like no idea what's going on half the time, but if you're slightly mad or slightly tilted, then it must be going well.
Also, if White is laughing in chat, something happened.
I mean, if all I hear is surely this can't go wrong, and then silence for the next 30 seconds, then I think we're winning, boys.
Yeah. The fact that has happened multiple times. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, game. It's it's aggravating, but it's also fun.
Hey, look, you signed up for it, self-inflicted, so you can't really be mad.
That is true.
Like worst case
That is
scenario,
true.
if you don't like it, you can go play Star Wars Jedi Survivor because apparently it's fixed now. So
I doubt that. I doubt that game will ever be fixed. I don't think so. It's going to take a while for that game to
you're probably gonna play it when the new
lose.
one comes out, and you're gonna play it like the week before the new one comes out.
Probably. Yeah. Like, I don't think that game will ever lose how much that game made me angry for how bugged it was, how buggy it was. That and how disappointed I was at that game.
See, this is
Which
why I
sucks.
don't like emotionally invest as hard into franchises anymore. I got burnt with The
Um,
Walking Dead. I learnt my lesson. Never again, boys. All right. I mean, we're
huh.
pushing like what, almost 2.5.
Are we?
Yeah. Or anything else? Or...
Uh, I think. I mean, I'm good to finish up there if you are.
Yeah. Chill. Got D&D to look forward to, which is going to be an absolute nightmare for certain individuals, and it's going to be absolute fun for me because I will be running headfirst, balls deep into the trench. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. Uh, I'm having trouble with how I'm balancing it on how many enemies I should put in and stuff. It's gonna. I think I've ended up on like a good balance, like on how many
Is this
enemies I
like
should
a?
put
I
in.
think I ended up on a good balance like Diablo version, or is this I think I've ended up on a good balance like?
I think I've got ended up on a
I
good
guess we're gonna find out,
balance.
right?
Yeah, we'll find out this coming weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. If you, next time if you hear us say leveling's too slow, there's not enough mobs, then you know what to do. Like,
that, that is true. But we shall see. We shall see how we go. Hopefully, no one's died. If anyone's died, it's probably Ghosty.
probably.
Yeah, probably. Oh well.
All right.
It's well. So you gonna do outro this time? Or am I?
I'm me outro. What? Huh? What's going on? What?
We all know how awkward it was last time I did one.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm going to do any better?
You don't need to speak the truth like this.
That's the only thing I can speak. So
Okay. Well,
I mean, I could try if you really want me
okay.
to. I could try.
Yeah, I
All
want
right.
you to try.
All right. This is me trying. All right. This is me trying to close out the podcast. This is me trying to remember what my handles are for my social media that I don't even know how to use. Okay, I try. I can't remember it, bro. I'm just gonna put it in the description like before. I'm, your Twitch is obviously Initiativ. My Twitch is obviously Jamaican Jazz. And then I can't remember how many E's you have in your social media.
All links will be in the description
All of those will be in the description
if anyone is interested.
if anyone is interested.
Yeah.
See, teamwork. But yeah, this is episode
Damn it.
4, right?
Yes, episode.
4.
Yes, it's episode 4.
Uh, it's like the numbers are messed up for me because we skipped D&D for a week. So
It's messed up for me. It's for me as well. Don't worry.
and next podcast we're gonna have a lot to talk about because we're gonna have D&D. We're gonna have a boatload of like Baldur's Gate. We're gonna have a boatload of Lost Ark, potentially, depending on if Initiative gets lucky on his hands or not. And then we're probably gonna jump into PLW for a little bit. If we are, I'm not sure. Question mark, sir? Initiative.
For the auto battling season, yeah, I'm up for that.
And then potentially we may have started on Remnant as well. Not sure.
Potentially. Maybe.
So there's going to be that. And then might be up to 1,000 Year Blood War as well. But that might be a push. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about next time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is my attempt at doing the outro. And we'll catch you when we catch you.
Yeah.